Okay. Okay, I have to show this. I have to. It's like, by the law, I have to show this match. It's ridiculous. Oh, wow. I didn't know that there were secret missions. What the heck is going on? What's going on? So, I'm going to show you guys this match I just had because it was nuts. So, it's my first time actually using this deck. I call it the Pythagorean Theorem. I actually had to look up how to spell that, by the way. It's the Mathematic deck, or Math Mech deck, right? So, I wasn't really trying to win. So I was trying to test out the deck, and I had a couple traps that I feel like I could have utilized in the match. So I said, hey, you know what? Let me just use it. You know, I'll probably lose. Let me throw in my Maxi I just crafted because I was getting pissed. Put my Regeki, my Monster Reborn, my One Day of Peace. Let me just add all that crap in because there's not enough here, and I don't know what to add into it. So I was just kind of like, I was kind of lost in the sauce, to be honest with you. And I was just saying, like, let me try to figure out how to work the deck. Now, it's better, honestly, unless you really care about your win-loss ratio, it's kind of better to just kind of throw yourself online. You get more rewards for playing in ranked anyway, and it also helps your duel pass. So you might as well just go on to ranked anyway. So this match, however, was so funny because I can't even count the amount of misplays that I did in here. Oh man, it was crazy, but it ended up being epic. This guy's playing a cool deck. My deck is, I guess, cool, but yeah, let's see it. Boom, shakalaka, guys, let's go. So this hand, even the hand that I started off with, I'm like, what am I gonna do with this hand? So I started off first. So I started off putting subtraction down. So I'm going to go over the cards, each card, just so if you guys are unfamiliar with the deck. So pretty much this deck is about getting out these cards. I don't have that many copies of them. So when I tell you, I should have crafted more before I got it. So I only have one copy of this card. So if there's 2 4s, I can XZ Shokan and put it out. It has a pretty decent effect. If I use it, it's 2 or more level 4s. So if I get 2, at least 2, I can add 1 meth. I don't know why I read it as meth. I know why, because E is, yeah. So I can get 1 math card from my hand to my deck. So at least 2 is great. If you have 3 in there, I can get a math card plus a level 4. I think it is each one I get, right? If this card is in there, you can detach 2 or more from this and activate. No, I think you only get 1 of them, and it depends on how crazy you get into it. Right now, I can't really abuse this because I'm not too good at using it, but that's one of them. And then this one is really good. If a math mech card is going to be destroyed by a card effect, I can attach 1 material from it. I can also blow all my materials in 2 seconds and choose to activate one of these effects, depending on how many I discard. So 1, they have to lose a card in their hand. 2, I can make them also lose a card in their spell and trap card. Or at 3, I can make them lose a monster on their side of the field. Now, it'd be smart to use all 3, or you can not use any, or just use 1 or 2, and then keep 1 to utilize the first effect, which I think is pretty cool. And then, last but not least, we have Mecha Papa Daddy. He is unaffected by any other cards except Math Mech cards. They're the only cards that he is affected by, which I misconstrued. Not doing any spoilers, but I don't think that I read that correctly later on. If this card is in the extra monster zone, it battles an opponent. Any battle damage inflicted is doubled. If this card is destroyed by battle, which I assume that's the only real way it can be destroyed because it's unaffected by anything else, or if this card in your owner's possession is destroyed by our opponent's card effect, which again, don't know how they would do that, I can add a Math Mech card from my deck to my hand, and that's it. So it's just a really good card. It stays out there. It does a lot of nonsense. It's really good to put out, and as early as you get it out, it seems that it is the better. It has a lot of sticking power. This is the main one of them: subtraction, multiplication, division, and there's addition as well, which I hate addition, but hey, he's in the deck. You know, you need all the basic forms of math. So subtraction, pretty much, I can target one of their cards. I can target any card. It doesn't have to be theirs, but it loses 1,000 attack. I get to special summon it. Addition, it does the opposite. It gives a card 1,000 attack, and I can special summon it. And that's pretty much all they do. Division, which I use a lot in this match. Pretty much, if I could sacrifice a card in my extra monster zone. I was confused about that the entire time. And I can special summon at level 4, not only from my hand, but also my graveyard. So it allows me to get 2 of them, which helps me XE summon. It helps me do a lot of things, but I didn't know how to use it properly. But hey, it is what it is. But the cool part about this, and a couple of the other ones have this effect, is that when it goes to the graveyard, I can select a monster on the field. I don't think it has to be opponent, but most likely I'm going to use it on there, and I'll half their attack. So it helps me push some damage. And multiplication, the ending part is the same. It just doubles the attack, but it doubles the attack of a extra monster zone when it goes to the graveyard. So you have to have a pretty much a big bad out there in order for it to use its effect. The other part of its effect is that it can take a level 4 and it turns it to a level 8. You have to be careful with that because XZs are specific levels, so you really have to be careful on how you're actually doing that. So let's keep the match going. I explained all the cards in the hand and the ones that I have. This one is pretty basic. Gives all Cybers 500 attack. And first mistake. If I have a face-up Math Mech card, I can use the second part, which is to send it to the graveyard and destroy a card in the field. Now, my plan was to, if he drops anything big, I would utilize it, but I put this face down instead of face up. I should have put it face up. So that was my first mistake that I made, because I thought I misread it. I thought that it gave all Math Mechs 500, but I can also use the second effect if I wanted to at any time. Now, he's using Implication, and I'm not going to pause every time he's doing stuff because it'd be nuts because he has a lot of combos and chains. But pretty much it's a ritual-based deck. You can see he reveals a ritual card in the hand. This one could special summon. He gets a lot of stuff special summon from the deck. He is a lot of deck search stuff that you're going to see him do. This one, once he special summon, he gets to special summon another card. And then he gets a ritual card back into the monster into the hand. Really cool deck. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about having stuff that synergizes. So boom, he puts out the first problem. And this is when I realized I couldn't kill it. So I was like, oh, let me get that thing out the way. Couldn't. So this is the Cyber Angel is the main archetype of his deck. So that's the one cards I will be reading that he is putting out. So if this card is ritual summon, you can make your opponent send one spell or trap they control to the graveyard. Really important if you guys don't know that send is completely different from destroy. It sends it so it doesn't destroy. So anything that has to do with destroying, if you destroy this, that, doesn't activate. So it's a really cool effect that it has that. So I have to send this to the graveyard. I tried to activate it and I couldn't because I don't have a face-up Math Mech. So that was funny. It also, when this attacking card destroys a monster by battle, sends it to the graveyard, you can activate this card. It can make a second attack on a monster in a row. Which, you know, if I had more monsters, maybe you could do that, but can't do that. Also, once per turn, when an opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Cyber Angel ritual monster you control, you can shuffle one ritual monster from the graveyard into the deck, and if you do, destroy one card. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a big timing game. So boom, this gets sent to the graveyard. He attacks that. I have no other monsters on the field, so there's nothing else for him to actually kill or whatever. So my turn. Time to mess up some shit. So first thing I do is subtraction. I'm gonna lower that thing by 1,000. There's no cards that he can do out here, so I get to do it for free. My card comes out. I drop Division. I'm gonna summon my XZs, my first XZs. Now, unfortunately, I only have one of those, and if I had more of it, I think the deck would have flowed better, and I would have been done okay. Next up is going to be this card, which is pretty much a free monster reborn for my deck, but also the card that comes out gets 1,000 attack, as simple as I can explain it. So, Division comes out. Now, I was shook. I didn't want to target this card, because like I said, when opponent triggers a card, when your opponent activates a effect or card, god damn it, so much talking in this game. You can shuffle one ritual monster from the graveyard to the deck if you do destroy one card. So that means he could have destroyed this. So that's why I targeted that, if you're curious about that. Then I special summon this back. I wanted the Division to come back because he allows me to then sacrifice this and then summon two cards. Mistake, Shokan. I wasn't paying it too much attention. So now all of these are none of them are tuners, but I had a tuner in the hand. So I was greedy for multiplication that was in my hand because I wanted to bring out a big bad baddie and then have it double its attack, but that was being very selfish of me. So now I can't get out Big Papa on turn 2, which would have been phenomenal. Would have been a lot of damage, but unfortunately I missed the Q there. So instead I XZ's the other one that I have. As you can see, I only have 2 now, which I keep forgetting. I keep thinking I can keep summoning them. Now this one, mistake number 2. Now, I wanted to actually utilize at least 2 of them, and I was going to make him send a card from his hand, he loses it, and then I was also going to make him send one monster from the thing. Again, it's not destroy, so I get to choose it, and I can send it. He can't react to it, so... And then I multiply that one, but it's hitting a face-down card, so yes, it has 4,000, but it means nothing. Probably should have did it the other way around just to push some damage. But, you know, it is what it is. Next up, he's going to send up the Menju. If you guys know, monster or spell, he gets it into his hand. Good combination. Machine Angel, that means another big homegirl is coming out. Those two make the circle. And now we're going to get Big Mama. Now, Big Mama is a pain in my ass. All right, so when she first ritual summons it, she can destroy as many face-up monsters on my field as possible that were special summoned from the extra deck. And I take 1,000 damage for each one that she does it. And if you do that, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. It's only one battle phase per turn. I don't know why they say each, but maybe there's a way to manipulate that I'm not aware of. So that's the first part of her effect. Then you keep going. And then again, once per turn during either player's turn, when a card is activated. No, that's actually the crazy part, right? That's actually the crazy part. Hold on. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that will destroy a card, very important, you can shuffle one ritual monster from your deck to from the graveyard to the deck, negate the activation. So again, destroy. Really important to have stuff that doesn't destroy. Not that you can make all your decks to accommodate that, but that's why you would do that. You would, to avoid an effect like that. Now, he tried to kill it, but since I mistakenly discarded only one thing, I did have one additional thing to protect myself. Now, I messed up here. I had the division, and I substituted this guy. I should have put the division out first, and it would have halved his attack, and then I would have actually been able to survive. But now the division comes out, lowers it to 2,000. I also could have did that after that and lowered that one to take less damage. So a lot of mistakes that I'm making here. So now I got the Math Mess Induction and I have this guy. So my plan here, normal summon, I get something from the grave. I forgot that I only have like 2 of these guys in here, and I'm like, damn, okay. So I'll just slip this down, and I figured I'll force him to use his thing. I'm assuming maybe he has having a bunch of his things in there. I attack that. He uses his ritual card to keep his thing alive. I figured he only has 2 of them. Maybe removing them from the graveyard is a good thing, since that's the cost for the effect. So I'm assuming that must be a good thing. So we use this. I use the first part of it just to force him to kill his own monster because he got greedy. Then I try to use the second one, knowing he's going to use this effect, and he's going to put that back into his deck. Fine. I hope that maybe he draws it. You know, we'll be fine. So we take 1,500 here. Smart that he kills. The ordering that he does here is pretty smart. All good. Half his attack again. Doesn't really mean anything. All good. Comes right back. My turn. What did I get? Cyber's Beacon. I needed to activate traps for my thing, man. Shut up. If you take damage by a battle or a card effect this turn, add 1 level 4 or lower Cyber's monster. It's pretty good, but in the whole 1-turn kill thing, it's kind of hard to really get too much. Put this guy in defense mode and then put this card out. Since I know I'm going to take damage, I might as well do that. And by the gods, this man just gives me the alley-oop. You know? So he does this. I don't know why the music changed. It scared the hell out of me. I was like, what is he going to do? And then he attacks me for 300, allowing me to trigger my beacon, which was fantastic. I was like, yes! Yes! This little guy. But unfortunately, I don't know what I'm doing with the deck. So we get Sigma. You guys haven't seen Sigma yet. So if there's no extra monster zone guy thing, I can special summon this card from my hand or graveyard, which is pretty nice. You can special summon this card, but it will leave. It will get banished when it leaves. So I can only really do that once. Now that I'm rereading this card, I could have utilized it a lot more in the duel, and I will try to in the future, but I messed up. So I need this guy in there. I actually draw the 1 Day of Peace. Yu-Gi-Oh! Now I get to special summon this guy and put this one out. Now this card is actually very interesting, and it really synergizes with the deck. It's my first time using it, and I tried my best to calculate it on the spot without the timer going down for too much. So what happens here is that when I attack, I get to discard a card from my deck, a Math Mech card from my deck, and I'll gain attack equal to that card's attack. So I use it to discard Neba, because I was like, it doesn't matter. 1 Day of Peace, it doesn't matter. So I just discard that one, gain its attack, and then I'm cool. I actually misread it. I thought that I misread 2 cards here. Now this one, I thought that I can get 2 attacks. Is when it goes to the graveyard, I can get 2 attacks, but it's only for a monster card, a card in the monster zone. It's not for extra monster zone, not here. Also, I thought that this card works twice in a turn, but it says all the way at the bottom I can only use each effect once per turn. I was gonna like make this lose 1,000 by doing the division one and then giving. I was doing too much, pretty much. So now on his turn, no matter what he does, he cannot deal damage to me. So he's gonna activate a lot of effects here. Pretty much trying to solidify his board. He's gonna make his board as strong as possible. Another Machine Angel Ritual. Remember, that's the card. That's when it's in the grave. It also helps him out. He also puts another ritual monster back into his graveyard. So I'm like, damn it. Puts out Aiza. That's the one that we saw before, right? That's protecting if I target anything. So he's solidifying. This one checks for destruction. This one checks for any activation at all. So he's just making a stronger line of defense here. That's all he's doing. But we're safe because we've activated 1 day for peace. And now these things got boosted. I actually don't even know what the hell it is. He makes me discard that. I'm going to get my Monster Reborn to protect myself. Hopefully that I can get this. If it's the final blow, but there is no final blow. So I averted death once. Averted death once. So I gotta get screwed out by getting this card. So this time I'm gonna get this thing. It's gonna get 1,000. Now this time in special summon, I'm gonna use its effect to get another one that I think is a little bit better, and I'm gonna get Diameter. Reason why I get Diameter is because it is the tuner. I'm trying to figure it out on the go. I'm gonna activate this. It had 2,000. I think that it would have been better to at that point just do something. I think that was a misplay. So now I'm attacking this one. If you guys see it, so pretty much, what is it? Division has 1,500, so it's gonna give me 1,500 attack, and then I'm gonna lower this one's attack. Which is weird. I thought it was weird. Why isn't this guy activating his effect? I assumed that it would just stop it. I was actually trying to Sudoku myself at this point. I was like, yo, just kill me. But I think it's the spell speed. So pretty much this is during the damage step. I don't think that he can activate Azana's effect during the damage step, so it doesn't work. So I get to get this out, but he has a Machine Angel Ritual in the grave, so it didn't matter. I was like, ah! This freaking jerk, man. I don't actually know if he has too many. Now he uses this card, throws a bunch of them in there just to draw. Pretty much he gets to draw, I think, for every 3 cards. So 2 cards he drew. His extra deck, he hasn't utilized it. I think this deck you just have fodder in there just to use that card. Now he discards that to get another Machine Ritual Ancient Ding Beast. Damn it. Gonna activate a little bit more cards. Again, just cycling. This is fine for me. I don't really care. He's putting stuff in defense mode. Perfectly fine for me. Herald of Perfection. I don't even know what that card does. Machine Angel Absorption, which is a little bit of a different card. But another Machine Angel is coming out. Sorry, Cyber Angel. Now this card, you can blah blah blah. He can give himself attack, give himself more HP, which I was like, come on, man. Come on, man. When a ritual monster you control is targeted for an attack, he can negate the attack. That's his little special thing. If this card is in the graveyard, you can banish one other Cyber Angel monster from the graveyard, then target one monster your opponent controls. Special card, summon this card, and if you do, take control of that monster. So, pretty strong card. This trifecta here is good. I do the same thing because he can't stop it, but he's gonna keep his thing again with the Machine Angel Ritual. But then I can't do it twice in a row, so I lose my card. This way allows me to get a thing. I get Diameter one more time. And he's going to do this. Gain some 1750. That card does something that I don't know. Actually, what does that card do? That might be the Machine... what is it? Machine Angel Absorb... Absolute. I thought it was Absorb. Absolute Ritual. You must... Okay, cool. Alright. So... I'm pretty screwed here. So, I'm trying to utilize everything that I've learned at this point. I know that the next thing kills me unless I don't have another 1 day apiece limited to 1. I'm hoping for like Monster Reborn. I'm hoping for Regeki. Regeki actually think works. Unless it, does this K, that would destroy a card. Yeah, no, he would negate it with that. I guess Regeki doesn't do anything. So, I get the Monster Reborn. Well, this game's version of this thing. So, I put the normal summon. And I get the multiplication. And then I get this. This is a tuner, so it does work. And I get the division. So I finally, which I could have did in the first fucking turn, get it right. But I get it right in the best way that I can possible. So here we go. Division comes out. Gonna half this guy's attack. Multiplication is gonna double this guy's attack. So boom. Boom. Now, this is where I got a little weirded out. So this would do a decent amount of damage, 55. He already has enough damage here. But Diameter, by the way, when you actually synchro him, or XEs, using him as XEs, you actually get a bonus effect. During this turn, the monster with special summon, when you activate, when their opponent activates a card or effect, you can negate it. Now, I don't know if I needed to do that. I think that effect is for the other ones. There are other ones that you do, because he's not affected by card effects except Math Mech cards while he's in the extra monster zone. So this card here is trying to negate my attack. You can negate the attack. Blah, blah, blah. When a ritual monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can negate it. Which I don't think it worked anyway. But I still utilized the other guy's thing. And it kept saying influence. Oh, that's why. Influence is letting me know that this card is acting. It's giving this effect. That's what it was trying to tell me. All right, so it kept acting for that. But if you guys remember, if this card in the extra monster zone battles an opponent monster, any battle damage it inflicts is doubled. So activate that. That was the effect it had. I negated it anyway. I just didn't want to take the chance. Negate that. Get that nonsense out of here. Sorry, Natasha. Boom! 9K in the face. And that is the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals victory squared. Ladies and gentlemen, as I get better with that deck, I'm pretty sure that I'll navigate it. Or like I could have gotten that guy out on turn 1. And I think it would have been extremely strong. And I think possibly could have done that on, what is that? That would have been turn 3. But I thought that was just a fantastic duel. But it just comes out to be so funny that I didn't even get my trap requirement here. Didn't even get my trap requirement. So I was kind of pissed about that. But got to go and do a match and do one more. But hope you guys enjoyed this spectate, explaining everything and showing all my mistakes. I make a ton of mistakes, and I hope you guys understand it's okay to make them. But that's going to be it for me at AATK on this channel. I know this is a little bit different, but I got to get used to saying that because this video goes on a different channel. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.